been a while, guys, but I do have the parts in for the Beta 500, the loaner bike. Yes, I still have the loaner bike actually. It's just it's been bad weather, and I've also needed to do the repair on it. So this is what's going on. What do you guys think of this garage light? 10,000 lumens. Yep, it definitely is bright. This is what I got going on. Just to recap, we got crack case here. Got this out, but I think the dealer jammed it in there because I didn't have it in there that good. And it's always leaked right here, but I guess that's kind of a common thing. So I had to buy the parts. So I got the gasket here. As you see, a new O-rings also in this bag. That's for the cap. And that's there. I got an oil cap, and I got the cover. They roughly sent me back. They gave me a discount, but it was like $145. So the first thing I need to do is drain the engine oil here. The other side is the clutch fluid. This is the engine oil. And I need to drain this side. And I'll also change the filter because I ordered a bunch because I didn't know how long I would have this, how much riding, blah, blah, blah. I put roughly 1,700 miles on it. So it's time for me to do this. Obviously, I'm going to take off the skid plate. I'm going to have to take off the shifter. And it looks like I'll have to disconnect this hose. And I honestly don't know what that hose is, if that's oil return. I assume I'm going to have to RTV up in here around these bungs really well. And yeah, I figured I will take you along on this journey of replacing this. Why not? The other step that's going to need to be done is 8 mil. It looks like there's a bunch of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, possibly 9. And yeah, so that's 8 mil, and I'm gonna get to it. So as you guys saw in my other video, there's a couple 8 mil bolts down there. And I believe that was it, just those 2, I think. So we'll take the skid plate off. There might be one under, I forget. Yep, there's one in the back. Okay, got dirt up in there. I can clean that out. Okay. Woohoo! Draining. Okay. Get a paper towel and wipe this guy off. So I got it draining. So pretty much it stopped. I kind of picked the bike up so it would drain out more, but I'm tired of waiting. So that's going to be good enough, I think. And plus I'm taking the cover off, so there's going to be more that comes out. I need an 8 mil, it looks like. So I got everything drained out, as you can see. And I need to take an 8 mil, and I need to get this guy off, but I need to get a 8 mil that works. This one's too fat on the end because it's one of these open deals. So I need to get the foot, or not the foot peg, the shifter off. And then I can proceed with pulling the oil filter and undoing all these 8 mils and take off the side cover. So let's skip to that. Well, I got the shifter off. It's just an 8 mil in the end. Takes a little while just because there's no access, but once you get it off, that's pretty much what it looks like. So now I'm going to remove this bad boy. Let's do the oil filter first. And then they give you the middle one just to hit it real quick, and it loosens the cap. And then the oil filter is a little bit of a pain in the butt. Kind of have to pick that guy out, or they said take a self-tapping screw, sheet metal screw, and just put it in and then pull the filter out. Do the self-tapping method. Found a self-tapping screw. There we go. And pull it right out. That actually worked really good. Why they don't put a hook on that is beyond me. Switch back to the 8mm. Start here. So any oil will just come out. And then, because I don't know this bike well enough, I'm gonna put these in order on the ground. You know, start from there, and we'll go around. So far, they've been fairly short. Yeah, that one has a copper washer, so take note. One up by this line, the rubber line that runs onto here that I already taken off, has a copper washer. Okay, so far they've all been the same length, so that's good. Well, that makes it easy. They're all the same length. Are you being picky? There we go. I wonder if this wire is just real tight. Yeah, and it's zip tied. Let's cut it. Cutters. Cut that zip tie. Okay, there we go. Got the side off. And let me show you. There's the stator. That's how it looks. If you were wondering how it was wound, there it is. You got the sight glass over here. You got something over here. So I'm going to have to take this stuff off and transfer it over to the new one. Oh, fun. So the new one is like this. So pretty much, yeah, it looks like I have to transfer over everything. It's a 4mm, so perfect. There we go. It looks like stainless. There we go. And the last one here. And that one's out. Okay. Need to get this grommet out. So let's go ahead and take it off. Some sort of plastic piece with a couple, not block the light, a couple pins here, as you can see. The screw goes through and it goes in that way. Okay, woohoo, lost in the oil. So this is what it looks like. Got the grommet. You got that other grommet, which I have to take that one off because I'm supposed to, if I can, fix it. Put more goop around so it doesn't leak, but I guess if it leaks, it was the same as when I got it. So sorry, Beta, but you know, I'm a poor man. I can't put a lot of money into this. This is probably held in like the other one to keep the wires that way by this bolt over here. And I'm not gonna pull this. So I can't really pull that grommet to put more silicone around it. What I can do is just goop around here really good. Then that way, at least it's not leaking from there. And I might be able to clean up and around there some and maybe kind of push some silicone up underneath that grommet. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna seal this really good. And I think that's what, so it's gonna be better than I had it, better than I got it. But honestly, I guess they're gonna sell this bike at the end, but that's what I've heard. And if that's the case, I don't know, they need to really figure out the leak, but the Apex said he's pretty sure from a bolt that's up here. That bolt doesn't look like it's leaking now, but they kind of did a temporary fix. So don't be so hot to trot to want to pick this bike up that I've been using, unless they totally rebuild it. I took a little rubbing alcohol just to kind of clean that surface as good as possible. It's not going to be perfect oily free because obviously it's a oil environment, but just to get as clean as possible. So now I need to put this guy in here. I'm trying to be gentle. Last thing I do is want to break something. So you line it up with the holes. Push. I'm going to want to dangle that because I want to goop this grommet really well, that area. So when I push it in, oil's not going to come out of there. I got some Ultra Bet Black, happen to have this RTV, and I'm just going to use this because, well, it's made for making gaskets. Slide it in there. It's going to ooze out some, but that's okay. Okay. Now I need the stainless bolts. Line up the holes. Get them started. And once they're started, just go slow. And I will check them by hand. Okay, so that's good to go. So not too hard, a little scary. So for people that are worried, I don't know the torque spec, and I'm sure there is one. I've just worked on enough stuff that you kind of get a feel for what's too tight and not too tight. Now I need to put in this clip. Okay, the big end, I believe, went down and pointing towards the copper of the stator. Yeah, that's how it went. It gets tighter. There we go. So that is in. Oh, and I see, and on the case there's a tang, so it can't back out. Now we gotta take this good old boy, and we gotta put it on. And personally, I'm going to want, I think it actually goes that way, red side out, if you get a beta one. I'm just gonna put a little RTV around the whole thing. It didn't have any, but I'm just gonna put a smidgen just so it doesn't freaking leak. I'm not going crazy with the silicone. I'm just kind of dabbing it with putting a little on my finger and dabbing it on. Just work my way all the way around. And it's going to do two things. One is going to hold this gasket in place. So, while I'm putting on the cover, it's not going to move around. I mean, you don't want a huge buildup of the silicone. But I also don't want leaks, so there's a peg, so I use the peg. There's a peg over here. There we go. No pegs down here. Okay. There we go. I noticed from beta there's a chip right there of paint. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. That's not from me. You can tell that it just was badly painted. The copper washer goes top side here for whatever reason. Just work myself around. I think I got that tightened on, so we're good to go there. Well, next step after I clean this all up, and I did, is slide this hose back on. Maybe it's just a breather line. Go, just turn it up so it's out of the way. And there we have it. I think it's just a breather line. Tusk branded oil filter. Dip the end in oil just so that seal has a little oil on it. Slide it on in. There we go. Then I'll clean up the cap and the O-ring. This O-ring is pretty delicate, pretty skinny. I would probably pick a bunch of these up if I were you and owned one of these. So just put the O-ring back onto there. OCD, I'll just put made in Italy on the bottom. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yep. And then check it by hand. The usual routine. I need an extension to get up in there. Oh, there's the extension. Good. Good. Okay. And take that. Boom, just like that. Well, I will let this dry, put in the oil, engine oil, and this will be good to go. I will probably just leave it loose and do something just odd, but I will take the oil filter and put it on the peg here, just so I remember not to start the bike or go riding, that I still need to fill that. And here's the old one. Oh yeah, see, that O-ring is broke, so it definitely needed one. And there we have it. So hopefully that's good to go. Hopefully that's going to be sealed better than it was. And all I did was lightly dab. I mean, barely putting. You don't want to squeeze it on; it's going to gush out, right? I mean, what came out was in just a few spots, and it was just very minor. You just want to just tap it around. It kind of helps stick it there, and it helps just seal it up real good, Yeah, one downside to doing that though is probably going to have to use a plastic putty or be gentle with a metal one and scrape off the gasket when you take this apart again. Hopefully you're not taking this off for a long time. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed me doing that. Obviously, I think you can figure out how to put a skid plate on and put fluid in, and I have a video on that anyways when I got it originally and I messed up. So this is button up, and there we have it. That's how to change your stator cover, your engine oil side cover on the 2019 Beta 500 RRS. It's really not that hard. Just take your time. And if you have an impact, that's great. That works best just to get those bolts out really quick and easy without sitting here by hand. And who knows if they put on Loctite. I don't think they did. I think they were just tight. So anyways, you guys take care. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. Have a good one. Bye.